What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down Cooper Kupp and his route running abilities, a receiver for the Los Angeles Rams. He's definitely, in my opinion, the best receiver on their team and one of the best route runners in the NFL. And today we're going to break down what makes him so special. And guys, please leave in the comments who you guys would like to see me break down next. That would really mean a lot to me. Let's get started with this breakdown. So this is a play he ran against 2 weeks ago against the Saints here, and we're going to break down. We're going to watch this thing full speed one more time, and then we're going to break down this route. So he's coming up open field crossover. Okay, that's what we call this, guys. He closes the gap with him, he chatters his hands, chatters his feet, and then he gives this crossover move almost like we're playing basketball. So what I want you to see right here is I want you to notice how he's beating the drum. We call this beating the drum with your hands. It's like you're playing the drums. Fast hands, fast feet. Now, what that does is that gets this DB right here. It gets him to think, okay, a move's coming. He's chattering his hands. He's chattering his feet. He's going to make a move. He's probably just going to break inside right now, or he's going to break outside. That's what he gets him doing. Now, that's where the open field crossover comes into play. Now, again, I want you to notice how explosive of a pad level he's in. He's got his hips sinking. He's got a good pad level. His chest is over his knees, nose over his toes, however you want to think about it. But this is the pad level that you want to be in, because this is how he's going to be able to change direction as fast as possible. So now he gives a move to the inside, a little bit of head and shoulders here, and then back to the outside. Now I really want you to see how much he commits his shoulders, how much he commits his head, and watch what it does to this DB. It gets this DB to shoot, jump, or run inside, and that's a great job. That's all the separation that you need when you're in open field like this. This is a very bad position. This DB's flat-footed, beats the drum, 1-2 to the inside, head and shoulders, gets him to jump outside. Now I want you to see how he's snapping his head back around. He's accelerating out of his break, catches this ball, and now he runs downfield, and he's going to go make this play happen. A little bit of a stiff arm, break a tackle, gets a good block right here, and then he's able to make this play happen upfield and go score for the touchdown. That's a great job by Cooper Kupp. Let's watch the beginning of this route one more time. Beating the drum with his hands, getting that DB to think something's happening, beating the drum right here, and then open field crossover 1-2. Let's watch this thing full speed. 1-2. Gets him to jump inside, comes back inside, and then accelerates up for the touchdown. Okay, so this is going to be, we're going to watch this next clip. This is what they did on Sunday night. This is a touchdown he had on Sunday night against the Browns. Let's watch this thing full speed. So he's coming up, closes the gap, eyes inside, sudden stick, accelerates out of the break. That's what I want you to notice about this, how well he accelerates out of the break. So he's going to be bursting up here again. He does a great job of keeping this full speed the entire time of the route. Now, one thing I want you to notice here, he kind of stems this route to where he's attacking this DB. He's trying to step on his toes, close the gap with him, as I like to call it. But I want you to watch his eyes. His eyes go inside. Now, what does that do? It gets this DB to take this little step inside. He thinks he's just going to be running a post right now because that's where his eyes are going. And the DB needs a little bit better eye discipline. He needs to be watching these hips rather than watching his eyes. But that's a great job of committing his shoulders as well by Cooper Kupp, as along with his eyes. So he's coming off. Eyes go inside. Now, he makes this sudden stick in the ground. That's how you're going to get some separation. You got to be real sudden with your feet. You got to be real sudden with your feet at the top of the route. Now, look at his upper half. Everything's facing everything's angled to the inside. He's giving a little bit of head and shoulder movement to the inside. What does that do? All of this DB's weight is on this left leg. He's not going to be able to accelerate out of this thing as fast as Cooper Kupp here, because, as again, you guys know if you've been watching my videos, this toe is straight forward here. He's putting his foot in the ground, and he's pushing off of that inside arch. He's got these shin angles, and now what I want you to see right here, he's got separation. He doesn't just stand up and think, oh, I got him beat. I got him by a couple yards. He continues to pump his arms. He continues to run out of this thing because he knows Goff is going to put this thing right on the edge of the end zone for a touchdown. That's a great job by Cooper Kupp, getting some separation, closing the gap, being real sudden with his feet. If you guys want more separation, you got to be real sudden with your feet. So let's watch this thing full speed. Eyes inside, stick, gets him jumping inside, catches this ball, toe tap for a great job. So he's going to be at the bottom of your screen here, and this is going to be, again, working an out route, but another open field crossover. Is just a different kind of route. So let's watch this thing full speed. Chatters his hands, 1-2, gets him to jump inside, catch this ball. So let's break this thing down. Again, he comes off the line here. He kind of picks his pad level up. So when he's right here and he picks this pad level up, what he wants to do, again, is to get this DB to think, okay, a move's coming. He's going to be making a move. He wants the DB thinking at this point, guys. And now, again, he chatters his hands. He closes this gap. He sinks his hips. He gets in this explosive position. That's where you want to be. Chattering your hands, beating the drum, getting in this explosive position. Now, he makes this move to the inside. Look at the head movement he does here. This is all the setup. Again, I want you to look at his toes. His toes are straight forward, explosive position. It's acting like he's just going to explode inside right now. One step square cut, chatters his hands, stick to the inside, with a little bit of head movement, then back to the outside real quick with this other head movement to the inside, gets this DB to open up his hips just a little bit. He stays in that range to where this DB has to make a decision. He can't get hands on him. He can't knock him off this route. Gets him to jump inside, off balance, snaps that head back around to the quarterback, locating the ball, and then catching this ball, getting upfield. Let's watch this thing one more time, full speed. So he comes off a little slow. 1, 2, real quick, guys, real sudden feet. If you want separation, you got to have sudden feet like this. This is how you get sudden feet at the top of your route. If you want to get better at the top of your route, you got to have sudden feet. 1, 2. You can't even see that first move. That's how quick his feet are. Got to have sudden feet if you want to get some separation, especially when you might be a smaller guy out of the slot. Okay, so he's going to be running a whip route right here. I want to break this thing down. Let's watch this thing full speed. So he comes out inside, sinks those hips, drops those hips, accelerates out, and catches this ball. So let's come back to it. So again, kind of comes off slow. Now what he's doing here is he's trying to lull this DB to sleep. He's off the ball in this man coverage, obviously, because this DB, look where his eyes are. His eyes are on the receiver. That's how you know it's man coverage. So he kind of comes off a little bit of hesitation. He's trying to sell like he's just going slant right now. So a little hesitation, puts his foot in the ground. Now again, I want you to see how he commits his shoulders to the inside. A lot of guys, when they're running a whip route or when they're running an out-breaking route or like a post corner, any kind of double move, they don't commit their shoulders all the way. Now, Cooper Kupp could even look back to this quarterback here to get this DB to jump inside, but he might be selling like he's just running a drag or a slant where he's going to be hit second window. He's not getting hit right off the ball, but he commits his shoulders, and what that does is that gets this DB to commit his shoulders right here. Commits his shoulders. Now, how do you change direction, guys? You're violent with your hips, and you bring your chin to your knee, and you stay in this explosive position here. So chin to your knee, explosive hips, and he's able to just push and accelerate out of this route, guys. He gets out of this thing 1, 2 steps, and he's out of this break. That's how you need to be. That first step right there, he's bringing his chin to his knee. That's how you get explosive. That's how you're explosive when you make your breaks, guys. A lot of people ask me, how can I be more explosive out of my breaks? That's how you get more explosive out of your breaks. You're violent with your hips, explosive with your hips, bring your chin to your knee, and you're exploding off of that step. He's pumping those arms, accelerating out of the break, and then catches this ball for a gain. That's a great job. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So nice and slow. Snap down, sink those hips, aggressive with those hips, catch that ball, and work upfield. So this is a little bit better of a look at an open field crossover here. Same idea. The Rams love this route. They love getting Cooper Kupp in open space because he knows he's going to get separation. Let's watch this thing full speed. 1, 2, gets him to jump inside, and that's a good corner, guys. These are good corners biting on this move. Imagine if you're a high school wide receiver watching this video, how you can translate this into your game against a high school DB. So he's bursting up here again. I really want you to emphasize these freaking fast hands, fast feet, beating the drum right here, guys. Beat the drum, 1, 2 to the outside. Again, look how explosive his pad level is right here. He starts kind of standing up, then he sinks his hips like he's just going to be breaking down, okay? One thing this DB's watching, his hips and his hands and his feet, guys. He's going to be watching his hands. He's beating the drum. He thinks, okay, a break's coming, because you guys have all heard receiver coaches say, oh, you should be beating the drum with your hands. And he sinks those hips. Okay, now a break's coming. He's ready. He's ready to make a break on the ball. He's ready to go break this pass up. That's a good job. Now, he steps 1 to the inside here. 1, first step to the inside, and then 2 back out. Now, what I want you to notice is look at his shoulders, look at his head, completely angled to the outside. What does that do? That'll angle up this DB. Even if he doesn't get him completely, he still has to turn his hips to come back to the inside right here. So that's a great job. Ultimately, we get him to get his cleats out of the ground here. When we're pushing off of this inside arch, again, he's keeping those toes straight forward, good shin angle, and he's being explosive out of this break. When we're pushing and he's in midair, who do you think is going to get to the ball faster? It's definitely going to be the receiver, because his cleats aren't even in the ground. We want to keep our cleats in the ground here, but he's already pushing off of this. He's accelerating out of this break. He's running out of this break again. As you can see, puts his foot in the ground, and he's pumping those arms. He snaps that head back around. Good job making this catch, and then bursting upfield, just getting yardage. Not worrying about making all these moves. He's just getting upfield right now. And gets down. That's a great job by Cooper Kupp, making some separation in the open field, doing a little bit of fast rocket steps here. Call those rocket steps, fast hands, fast feet, beating the drum, 1, 2, toes straight forward, explode out. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So coming out, fast hands, fast feet, 1, 2. Head and shoulders to the inside, catch his ball, let's get upfield, let's get an extra 25 yards. That's a great job by Cooper Kupp. Okay, so he's going to be out of the slot right here. Now, main thing I want you to see here, this is an absolute dime by Jared Goff, first off. I got to give him credit. Got to give the quarterback credit here. But this is a great job just accelerating out of the break and not losing speed at the top of your route, because Goff is going to be on the move here. You can't see it in this clip, but I want you to watch this thing. He's going to be rolling out to the right, but this is why you work with your quarterback, why you don't want to lose speed at the top of the route. Let's watch this thing full speed. speed. Makes the break, heads around, keeps that same speed. Goff throws a dime in between two defenders, but that's a great job staying on the move, out of this break, staying on the run. So he's coming out of this break right here, nothing too special. He snaps his head back around. He's expecting the ball in this window, okay? But what he sees is his quarterback's escaping with him. Now, what a lot of guys do when their quarterback escapes the pocket, they slow down. Oh, I'm not getting the ball where I usually get the ball, and I slow down. He understands that, oh, I got to keep running. They talk about it a lot of Cooper Kupp's like having a second quarterback out there. He sees where Goff's going. Goff's rolling to the right. It's a very hard throw to make back across your body like this, so he continues out to this back corner with him. He's like, Goff's going to give me this ball. I know where he's going to give me this ball. And see how this DB's trailing him here, okay? It's a race to the ball. If they put this ball right here, I think that DB makes that play. He's playing this pretty well. But because he keeps the same speed here throughout this entire route, rolling with the quarterback, he's able to get to that spot fast and then make this great catch. Now, another thing, guys, he gets a little lucky right here because look at his eyes and then look where the ball is at. That's how you know he's got great hands because he's so confident in it. But a lot of you younger receivers, we got to be looking this thing in all the way to the catch, not peeking up the field a little bit too soon. We got to look that thing all the way in, but that's a great job making this catch in traffic with the guy's hand right in our bread basket here, but keeping the same speed throughout the entire route. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So accelerating out, fast, sees the ball is not coming, continues to roll with Goff, kicks into second gear. Great throw by Jared Goff. That's a great job. Okay, so this play right here, the Rams are going to be reading this DB right here, okay? They're going to make him wrong. So we're going to have Cooper Kupp out here in a flat, and then we're going to have this receiver coming over the top on a corner, okay? We're trying to make this guy wrong. I'm trying to make him pick one. Now, what I want you to see is how patient Cooper Kupp is off the line to make sure this linebacker is not a factor, how he sells the run. So let's watch this thing. A little bit of a play action here. Make that defender wrong. Make the linebacker wrong. And that was all set up by Cooper Kupp. Okay, so we got play action back here. The whole thing about play action is we want to sell the run, right? We want to get these linebackers right here to bite up and to jump up and think that it's a run play, okay? Especially against a man coverage look, especially on this 10, inside the 10. We're in the red zone here because we want to just isolate this guy, and we like Cooper Kupp match up on this guy. So what Cooper Kupp does a good job of is you see here, he's selling like he's blocking. He's selling like this is a run play, and watch what it does. You got the play action fake back here. Cooper Kupp is breaking down like he's blocking. He's got to get a little bit of a hand on this guy. He kind of chips him. Linebacker comes down. He's thinking run all day. He sees Goff pulls it right here. He sees that Goff has the ball. It's already too late because what happens is if this corner breaks down on Cooper Kupp, we got the corner route to the back of the end zone here. And if he stays back like he does, he backpedals with this guy because that's his man. We got Cooper Kupp in the flat right here. So that's a great job setting this thing up by waiting for a block, snapping that head around right here, getting squared up to the sideline, accelerating out of the break. See how he kicks up into second gear. Kicks up into second gear, gets some separation from this guy. He already knows he hasn't beat. This DB's back is turned. He's able to catch this ball and then score for a touchdown. That is all set up by Cooper Kupp selling like he's just going to be blocking, kind of breaks down, makes this linebacker think that it's a run fake. A play action, he understands Cooper Kupp because they love to say, like I said, that he's a second quarterback on the field. He understands that play action right here is all about being a salesman. You got to sell that it's going to be a run. You got to make these linebackers honor the fake. And then every single one of them got all three of them to jump down, to think run, make them honor that fake. Cooper Kupp out in the flat. Not enough time for this linebacker to react for a touchdown. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So coming out here, play action, kind of lulls him to sleep, accelerates out, kicks into second gear for a touchdown. That's a great job by Cooper Kupp. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, please leave in the comments who you guys would like to see me break down next or any questions you guys have or comments. I'd really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys next time.